Hello everybody, it's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by. Today's beer, we're going to follow up the 2014 edition of Péché Mortel from Brasserie Dieu du Ciel. This is the 2015 edition. We did the 2014 edition yesterday. I don't do verticals anymore, guys. It's just too much alcohol to consume at one time. So we're going to do the 2015 today. This is a 9.5%er, 76 IBUs according to Untapped. And of course, Beer Advocate clumps all these beers into the same category. They don't differentiate between the years or batches or anything like that. So we're going to jump back over to Untapped. They say basically it's got the same commercial description. Péché Mortel is French for mortal sin, and intensely black and dense beer with a very pronounced roasted flavors. Coffee is infused during the brewing process, intensifying the bitterness of the beer and giving it a powerful coffee taste. And this is the one reason probably why I should have reviewed this beer earlier than I am doing now, because of the coffee, and it's probably faded now. And I apologize to Rico for that, because he sent me this beer. It says, Péché Mortel is brewed to be savored. We invite you to drink it in moderation. It says it was born in our Montreal brew pub in October 2001 is when they first did it. So they've been doing it for quite a while, guys. And he's telling me this is a 2015 edition. I didn't see anything on the label, maybe something stamped on the bottle somewhere. Very hard to see with a dark beer in a dark brown bottle. So once again, thanks to Rico for sending me this. And according to the sticker on the top of the cap here, it's $5.75. Not super pricey, a little expensive, but it is an Imperial Stout. It's not a monster size, 10 plus ABV. It's only 9.5, but close. Twist off cap on their bottles here, which is very unusual for a Imperial Stout, but it is what it is. A lot like a macro lager beer would have on it. Something you could twist off, throw away, whatever. Roanoke County doesn't do any recycling anymore. They don't do recycling. We used to have tubs to put paper and glass and aluminum in for them to recycle. They don't do it anymore. They just got lazy as shit. You still pay the same amount of taxes, but they don't recycle nothing anymore. So if you want to recycle something, you have to take it down to the local Walmart and put it in one of their bins. You don't get paid for it, though. You just donate it, and whoever's recycling gets the money for it. So you're screwed, basically. So not a lot of people recycle anything around here anymore. So, but we do try to. I recycle the cardboard from the gun store, and we don't recycle any glass or aluminum. It's just not worth it. So. And I hate to be that way. I'm not a tree hugger or anything, but I do want to save the planet. I don't want to have all this stuff end up in the landfill. But Roanoke County decided, and Roanoke County is very liberal, democratic, if you will. They won't allow gun stores to operate in their jurisdiction. If I wanted to open up a gun store in Roanoke County, they would not approve my FFL. So I really am sorry that I live in Roanoke County, because Roanoke County sucks out loud. They do. So it's the world we live in. So if you're a Democrat or a liberal, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. But I'm a Republican. I'm a gun enthusiast. I'm a Second Amendment enthusiast. I hate to get political on a beer review, but it's my livelihood, guys. So drink responsibly, and if you're a gun owner, be responsible. lock up your firearms, put them away where children can't get their fingers on them, put them in a safe, and teach them gun safety. So, back to the beer. So, I hate to get political, but it is what it is in the world we live in. I am a very strong Second Amendment advocate. And if you don't like that, don't follow me. Delete. Go away. So, with that being said, very nice looking beer. Very dark. Very good looking stout. To the nose we go. Rich roasted malt, caramel toffee, black molasses, a little bit of the alcohol. Not a lot of chocolate or dark fruit on the nose, cold out of the fridge. Smells pretty good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. A very strong bitterness, even though it's 76 IBUs. It takes a lot of bittering hops to balance out so it's not overly sweet. I may have said this on the last beer review. To me, a little bit of lactose in the brewing process would make this a little easier to drink, a little sweeter. But it is what it is. This is probably where they want it to be. A very pleasant to drink beer. Final beer of the evening for me. It is a tasty beer, guys. I will not take that away. I am a big fan of some of the Canadian beers that are brewed. Unibrew comes to mind very quickly. They do make some very tasty beers up in Canada, guys. So you guys up in that neck of the woods that are drinking craft beers, you probably have some really good selections to choose from. Molson doesn't come to mind. So with that being said, very tasty beer. A little on the strong on the bitterness side to me, but it is what it is. It takes a lot of bittering hops, like I said, to balance out a 9.5% Imperial Stout. So let me sip on this right out of the fridge and we'll come back and give it a grade. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here, but sipping on for a while now. Not a lot of lacing, a little bit of lacing left on the glass. Tasty beer. I think that they could introduce a little lactose to the beer. Just my opinion, to make it just a little sweeter, not quite as bitter on the back end. A little bit of alcohol notes on it for 9.5%. If the alcohol was a little less hidden and it was a little sweeter to drink, not quite as bitter, I think it would probably get a better grade from this guy. And I didn't go back and look at yesterday's beer, and I don't remember what I gave it. But I think it's a very well made beer. I do think it's an A beer, but it's an A- beer, I think. That's probably what I'm going to give it. Let me do the final chug. Nice roasted malt notes. The alcohol is not quite as prominent now that it's warmed up to room temperature. But I think it's a lot like the Great Divide Yeti series beers, which they're a little heavy on the bitterness. And I think this one is too. I'm not the head brewer anywhere, but if it was me, I would put a little lactose in it to give it a little bit sweeter taste and not quite as strong bitterness as it is. But if you like that strong bitterness in your Imperial Stout, this would be a good candidate to pick up. Final chug. Tasty beer, guys, and like I said, it's an A- beer to me. And I wanted to look at the bottle, see if I could see anything written on it. And I do not see a whole lot written on it. And it's got notches, and this one has a notch on the 1 and a notch on the 0 and the 2. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, guys. I mean, if I was trying to decipher this code, I would not be able to. So I don't know why they have more than 2 notches. To me, a month and a year would be the notch that I would put on it. And he's telling me it's a 2015 edition, and the 5 is not marked in either place. I can't read the notches, guys, on this beer. So I'm taking Rico for his word. He said this is 2015, and that's what I am reviewing it as. So A- for me, guys. 92 is where I'm going to put it. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 4.42, outstanding. They're giving it a solid A rating there, guys. But it's not them. It's all the people that have commented and rated it that has had it. And like I said, when I first started the beer review, they clump them all together, no matter whether it's a 2010 or 2005 or 2015 like this, when they put them all in the same category. So you don't know what they're commenting on a lot of times. Sometimes they'll tell you which one they're drinking, sometimes they won't. Over to Untapped. Untapped has the 2015 edition listed, and they're giving it a 4.25, which is in their A- range, and that's where I'm putting it also. So, if you've had the 2015 edition recently of the Péché Mortel from Brasserie Dieu, let me know what you think. And until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.